Let me show you something. Look at it. I think you have seen this before and you've been probably trying to understand how it works. Now, I'm going to give you a full tutorial today on this specific game called the Aviator. And I'm going to take out my time to tell you in detail how the algorithm works. Now, it's going to be divided into two major parts. Now, the first part of this whole thing is to tell you how the Aviator system actually works in terms of the bookmaker. So this simply means, for instance, these are the Aviator, who are the people, you know, a little background about it. Now the second most important one, which I think is the one you would really love to see, is the algorithm. How does it work? Is there a way I could, you know, get better at this? Let us start with this first one, the system. So when you look at this game of Aviator, you get to notice that it's a similar game you see in lots of platforms. You go to One Expert, you see Aviator. You go to Bet Ninja, you see Aviator. Bet King, Aviator. Virtually every betting platform has Aviator. Now you're wondering, is it the same company? Yes. So how does it work? Now, as a software engineer, there's what we call licensing. So you can create a software as a software engineer and give people the license to use the software. Now, these people you give the license to, this should be people whom you have an agreement with. Now, sports betting bookmakers like Sportybet, for instance, they can't run their own virtual games. Now, let me explain something to you. If you're a Nigerian, you should know this NLROC. This is the National Lottery Regulatory Commission. And this commission in Nigeria is the people responsible for giving license to sports betting platforms so they can operate. Now, if you go to the section called Casino or Gaming Interactive, you're going to see the requirements. Now, one of the requirements of the Gaming Interactive, which means if you're going to have a gaming platform or a gambling platform where people can actually play, one of the requirements is that it's free and fair, and it is transparent, and it is built by an external body other than you. Now, some companies might have branded logos, making it look like this particular game is just for that particular platform. It's something that the software engineering company that licenses virtuals to this company can help customize for them. But it's against the law for you that owns that particular betting platform to be the one to create the game and control the results and do everything. So imagine that was possible. There will be lots of manipulation. So this commission is in every country, and what the commission tries to do is to make sure that gambling it's a bit fair for the citizens. So if somebody comes in and creates like a website, and this website is a gambling website, and the person creates a game that nobody can ever win, now that's not a scam, because no matter how people keep playing, they don't ever win. So this is part of what the commission does to make sure that no, you can't create the game that people would play. It's best a whole third party, which we know can be held responsible for many manipulation, is the one to do this game. So that way, it now looks a bit fair. But they don't just take your words for it. This company comes up with their algorithm, explaining how the system works and how the company, has made it possible, which is within the software, that the customers who play this can also win. Because the real aim of this particular commission is to make it possible so people don't just show up, take people's money and go, but there's actually an opportunity for people to actually win. Now, because of this, as a software engineer, if you call me, which I have gotten lots of people reach out to me in the past, telling me things like, oh, I want to create something people could gamble on. And then I ask you, do you have this license from the government? Because I wouldn't want to embark on a project without this license. It's almost like we're working on illegal lands. Now, I needed you to understand what this commission does before we head back again. So when we head back again to Aviator, like you can see over here, Aviator is actually being run by a different company. Now, sometimes when the match stops, you're going to see a company named Flash. Now, if you've followed me from Real Naps, where I talk about virtual football, you followed me for years, you must have seen me talk about things like BetRadar. BetRadar is a company that gives virtual football, gaming to platforms. So if you head over to Sportybet, Sportybet doesn't have BetRadar. Head over to MaryBet, NairaBet, 9060Bet. Back in those days, BetRadar was the company that offered them virtual football. So when you head over to Bet Niger, you get to see the same virtual football setting. It's the same thing as what you see when you get to Mary Bet. It's the same thing as what you see when you get to Shaw Bet 2, 447. So this company in BetRadar, they created a virtual football simulation, which is the virtual football you see that you play that you love, and they made it in such a way that it plays nice, but the company, which is the company that would accept this BetRadar onto their platform, will make so much money. So there's a profit margin for them, where them the house wins. And now, because this is an external body, Bet Niger, Showbet, 247, NairaBet, they all get license from them, and this company comes in there and they post their platform. Now, when you look at Aviator before it comes up, you said a company that shows up, that is the company that gave them the license. Now, I wanted you to understand why, because sometimes I see people feel the bookmaker themselves control it. Now they don't. And I'm going to be going straight to the algorithm experts, and this is where we get to start talking about it. Right? The algorithm. How did they build it? Is it possible to break the system around it? Can we make money consistently from this? Now, this is a question that before we move into it, I want us to go read some comment and see what people who are playing it have to say. So let's go check out some comment over here. So I'm going to click on the comment here and let's read. Someone said, "Are you losing too much?" Okay, let me scroll down. I want to start from here. We're going to just read maximum of 10 comments, right? That's a bossed message for "Are you losing too much, Aviator? You really want to win big?" Blah. I think these are people looking for who to beat. Okay, reach out to me. I'm going to tell you at the end of the whole day if reaching out to them makes sense. Because see now, them timing out. Was trying to play problem, they timed them out. So this person played 500,000 naira, won 30 million. This person paid 500,000. I think this is a spam because I can see a message over here. Okay, I'm going down. "Are you losing too much? Contact me." Blah 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 blah. Contact me. I think somewhere in between, you sometimes see the Aviator comes up to say, "This person was banned. That person was banned," saying, "I want to put my school fees." Blah blah blah. Now, I know most people would watch comment like that, head over to YouTube and see videos on Telegram where somebody's telling you, "See, you can actually predict this with the bots. I have a system that works. It tells you what to play on Aviator. Pay me right now, put it on my OP or my PAMPay, pay it on this crypto wallet, and I'm going to give you a bot that is going to make you rich on Aviator." But let's get into the algorithm and let's see how possible that is. So now the algorithm, we're going to look at it from two sides. We're going to start from the side that matters. The house. This betting company, the ones getting the license, how do they make money from Aviator? What do they make from Aviator? Like, how do they profit? Right? Now, they profit each time a particular game ends. Whatever is gotten as loot, sorry, wrong word. Whatever is gotten as a balance, they get a commission for that. I'm going to try to make it possible that you understand what I'm saying, so you understand how this game actually works. So let me explain better. Picture this. This is you. You I'm talking to, yes, you. This is you. So you're heading over to Aviator right now. And this is what you see when you get to Aviator. There are two options. you're familiar with them already. You could play on either side. If you enter up a bet, say you bet on a specific amount, as the plane keeps driving up, this is how much you're going to make in terms of multiplied by that whatever x. Whoa, if I played 1 million right now, this is 1 million times 5.19. 5.1 million naira. Okay, now you come in again. This time around, you put in like another amount of money, and you say, because I didn't put good money last time, right? I did little. So the last time I played something low, and I'm putting in big. Oh my god, just 1.21. I thought it would go to 5 again. Why didn't it go to 5 this time? I went to 5 last time. Okay, I think this one is going to go up. Now let's assume you're a JGC, so you're going to play now up, right? You feel it's going to go up because it just went down. You're putting like 200,000. Maybe I'm using too much of a big amount, lower than what the average Nigerian is going to play, right? So let's say 2,000. So 2,000 there. Oh, okay. Should I cash out now? Should I cash out now? Should I cash out now? Oh, 8k, 10k. Now, most people must have cashed out before it got to this point, and most people are still holding. But then, that a couple of things I want you to pay attention to. The first one is here. You see where it's showing 1,000 something. It's showing 1,000. Okay, it's in 900. It's going to 800. It's going to 700. Oh, okay, it stopped. So now when it crashed, it was crashed at 296. So people at 600 and what again? Whatever that amount was, when it was at 600 and something. Now that was when it crashed. Now every single money that everybody had placed on the game as of when it crashed now goes to the house, although not a complete amount of it, right? So this is how it works. So you placing that your bets right now. Let's say you're placing your bets. So this is your bet over here. You're putting your bet, everybody has put in their bets, and immediately it's moving. And just like you saw what happened, it crashed. So when it crashed, over 600 and something people, let's say 600 plus people lost. This means the total sum of all the money they had placed their bet on. Let's out of this 600 plus people, the average person bet like 1,000 naira. Now we know there are people who bet millions. I've seen people bet crazy money on this thing, like good money, right? But now let's say the average person is 1,000 naira. Now this gives us 600,000. Now immediately the house gets a cut ASAP, 30%. Immediately, no long talk. Remaining 70% comes on what we call the votes. So now I'm going to try as much as possible to make this easy. So I'm going to slide down a bit. And this time around, I will say it in one straight line. This is you. You have placed a bet. It went up, went down, blah, 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 went down. Finally, it crashed. These are over 600 people. The sum of everything these over 600 people made, their entire bets, 30 goes to the house, which is the bookmaker. They're settled. They no longer have to come back here again. Right? The next time the aeroplane flies up. Now, the remaining 70% goes on what we call the vaults. So what is the vault? What is the vault? Now, I want you to picture the vault this way. See it as an account where they keep and say, you know what, money will always be on this account. And so each time the plane goes up, the plane will keep going up, and it will keep going up till whatever is inside this particular vault. You know, as long as whatever is inside this particular vault can pay everybody, the plane will keep going up. That means this plane now, you're destined to keep going up. The only time you should ever crash is if what is inside this vault can no longer pay everybody. Right? When it can no longer pay everybody. Let me explain. Say what is inside this vault, for instance, is, say something like 4 million naira. Now, inside this 4 million naira now, the plane will keep going up as long as all the people that has placed their bets, if they should cash out now, there's enough money to pay them. As long as, if everybody in a cash out now, there's money to pay, fine, it keeps going up. But the moment it keeps xing and xing and xing, and it's now heading towards where if everybody right now, if it goes in more, there won't be money for everybody right now. It just crashes. It means it's just, imagine, see it as a Ponzi scheme, but this Ponzi scheme keeps going up. If you want to bail out anytime, they're ready to pay you. But as it keeps going up, keeps xing, there'll be a point where you have to pay X whatever everybody bets. So since you can't pay X of what everybody bets, it crashes. Now, why do you really need to understand this concept? Why do you need to get it into your head? I'm going to explain something. Now, let's head back again. Look at the game again. Pay attention. You see where it's saying 3,000, and that 3,000 is, dropping. These are people who are cashing out. Okay, the system still has enough money to pay these people, so it has already started settling them. They're making money. It's cashing out. Okay, they're cashing out. Now, there's still some people out there, maybe people who had placed a very good amount of money. They're not willing to cash out now. Probably they're still holding. I think my network is slowing down or something. If my network has an issue, okay, good, fantastic. It stopped at 1,581. If it had gone above this again, it won't be able to pay every single person, because then it will go on minus, and the vault doesn't go on minus. The vault is in such a way that as I'm going up, which is as the plane is going up, anybody who falls right now can leave with profits. But anybody, if it now gets to a position where, if everybody right now, let's assume it's approaching towards where, you get the points, towards where if it goes X this amount and everybody right now wants to take out their money, the system can pay. It crashes like a safe destruct. It's like a safe switch. Poof. Because what if everybody takes their cash out now? But now the problem is, people are actually greedy at the outside, so they don't really see all these things I'm telling you. So right now, some people are not looking at everybody dropping out. They're not looking at the amount of people pulling out their money immediately. They're not seeing the amount of people that are cashing out. Instead, they're just more focused on, hey, they should keep going up, or hey, please God, please let it keep going up. Or they believe right now there's a strategy, there's a system that they could use right now that will make, okay, let me see, it's going up. Or they believe, okay, the pattern I can see right now, it just went down now, so the next one it will go up, because this one, the last one did 2x, this one did 4.8. Now it's going to, okay, now since it's crashed at 248, it's going to, I thought it's going to crash 5 now. Okay, since it crashed 1.18, the next one is going to crash maybe 10. Yes. Oh no, 3. You know what, I'm going to cash in. It's 2.7. Cash out now. Now delusion. There is a pattern. The pattern is not there. The pattern is, it's that it works on data you don't see. For instance, we can see the amount of people cashing out, but we have not seen the total amount of money that these people had placed, but you can see the total amount of winnings they've made, because that one looks sweeter psychologically to you. So if you see that one, you want to keep playing more. Why won't you want to play more? Because you want to play more now, right? I mean, total winnings 6 million. Ooh, or more people win well for the last one, but you don't actually see the amount of people whom it couldn't really pay again, and the plane crashed, and now the house has taken 30% out of it. So asking me a question like, can anybody use a bot to predict Aviator? The question is, if the bot can somehow on the back end section, if the bot can head over to the back end and tell us the total amount of money people has placed their bet on, and in real time you can see the amount of people are billing on, that means you can see the difference on how much the vault can, then we can always hit at one step before it crashes. But the question is, do you have that back end API? Is it the API? No, you don't have it. That answers your question. Anybody see online that tells you they can predict this, it's a scam. The only person who does prediction is Real Naps, and that is on virtual football. It's the only one that is real, where you see different games, England League, go watch my videos on virtual football, right? It is guaranteed that you will make something out of it. This company, Stripe, you're doing a good job. I can see the amount of millions they're making for these bookmakers. But if anybody's asking me a question again to create a bot for Aviator, I would be doing something that I feel might. I love people winning through me. I could create a bot that crashes every 130, that checks how people drop their name, that tries to come up with a pattern. But the truth is, if I don't have the back end, I can do it perfectly. But I have what looks close like a back end for virtual football, something that gives you continuous wealth on virtual football. So if the quest is to win Aviator, you like Aviator, sorry, I might not be able to help you. But if you want to win virtual football, send a message on WhatsApp and let's add it to the bet along with an okay. Peace.